Hello everyone, my name is Jacob Maumo, the head of training Bunkoho Rural Development Center. For those ones who may seem to know where exactly Bunkoho Rural Development Center is, it is along Mbale Tororo Road at mile 3, opposite Barracks Primary Bumageni. What we do in Bunkoho? Bunkoho is a CBO, it's a community-based organization and an NGO. It's a non-governmental organization that trains a various group of people. Well, we have many activities that are carried out at the center, but I would basically want to talk about trade school alone. At a moment, under trade school, we train youths skills for self-reliance. We train youths for skills for self-reliance. For those ones still who can be posted, you can follow us on our Twitter at Bunkoho RDC, or maybe you can email us on bunkohordc@gmail.com, or our website is www.bunkohordc.com. Today, I want us to look at something. I want us to look at what a skill is. What's a skill? A skill is the ability to perform something well. Don't forget that word well. It is the ability to perform something well. I'm not a good historian, but I quite often read history. When Uganda, during the time when Uganda was achieving its independence, that was in 1962, the historians say that Uganda and Malaysia were just the same in terms of education, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of economics. But now look at Malaysia. I suppose our capital city, Kampala, is just a village. Do you know why? Malaysians kept away everything concerning education and based on technical. They have made use of every source, every necessity that comes across them to their self-disposal. They have exposed the natives of Malaysia to the skills and knowledge to perform it. But what about Uganda? What happens in Uganda is someone wants a white-collar job of which it is not there. We are always crying of the ruling government for not have created jobs, of which the jobs can be created by ourselves, just because we despise those skills that would help us transform our lives and the entire nation. What can we do as Ugandans now? What we need to do is, let's take our children for skills training. It is just an uphill. You find someone struggling, the parents pay for them fees from nursery up to, senior 6. From senior 6, someone goes to the university and achieves a bachelor's degree from whatever field, maybe community development, maybe social science and social development, whatever. But in return, what happens? Someone has moved from town to town seeking for a job. When you are learned, we are not beggars. We cannot be beggars. But now, I am looking at that person who did not see the mouth of a teacher, but rather was regarded less by the community for being dense. Someone chooses to go for a skill, probably after senior 4, probably maybe after P7. Someone achieves a skill and begins working somewhere. Did you know that technicians control the economy of the country? Did you ever know that? It does. Because look at the professor who is driving a very powerful vehicle, but because the tire has got a punch, where does he take? Takes to the mechanic who does not know anything about those ones who were considered less, who were considered worthless. They are now the ones who are bidding for the professor. By the way, they can overhaul the engine. The illiterate, the so-called illiterate, can overhaul the engine for the professor. And now what happens is, now this illiterate boy makes for a professor the budget, the quotations and the bills of quantities for the spare parts of the engine. Now this one goes to buy. Or if not, he pays him to go and look for spares because he does not know what exactly that tool may seem to be. Skill. We are currently in partnership with KCB and GIZ. And we are trying to rehabilitate the youths. I would call it rehabilitation because they have been dumped in their societies because they consider them worthless in their communities. And so we are looking at employment and skills development for the youths. This is a training for 3 months. We are training in electrical installation. We are training in building construction. We are training in plumbing, metal fabrication, and carpentry and joinery. It is currently called woodwork technology. We are currently training the youths, on a free basis for 3 months, and thereafter they can be placed, for internship for again 3 months, and thereafter they will be assessed by DIT and they will award them with certificates. This is a free opportunity, so I would appeal that we all utilize it. Bring your children. The entry requirements, all we need is the child between the age of 18 and 34. 2, we need the child to have acquired a national ID. And 3, at least the lowest level of P7. They have to have sat for P7. Those are the requirements we need. So long as your child has those requirements, please, we are still enrolling still at the center. We happen to have forgotten to take the admissions forms to KCB branch Mbale, but the admissions at the moment are being taken from the office of BRDC. Hope most of you know us, so you can reach us. I said initially that you can still follow us. Okay.